So first of all, we're going to halt here, as they do not move for you, and they do sort of angle you so that you are going to collide. Can I get a driving check from Chris, and there will also be one from the slate crawlers?
And at advantage, yeah, because of
You're at advantage because of enhanced.
So thank you very much.
Oh, a 22
Ooh.
from them.
Yeah.
Just an in-game question. I need to remember. Concentrating for a minute. That's 10 turns of action,
Yes.
right? Yeah.
Isn't it an hour for the enhanced? Have I got that wrong?
I think it is an hour for enhanced because
Yeah.
you use
Is
it
it?
outside of combat. Yeah,
It is enhanced, yeah.
And stuff, yeah.
Oh no, an hour. Yeah. No,
Okay, so in which case,
I thought it was a minute, but yeah, no.
You're still fine. I rolled 18. What am I adding?
easily you don't even, so it would be just your dexterity. So 21. Oh, no, 23. Easily. So almost in unison, as you're being pulled and they're trying to like slam you into the back of the slate crawler. The slate crawler driver pulls out right as Dante corrects a little to the left, and you almost just touching, but no damage made as you just clip past them and are still dragged forwards the rest of the distance.
Wait.
It's not letting me move the rope, Liam. So I'm going to.
No, that's okay. We will then come to Moonshot. Okay.
I'm not going to lie. I wasn't expecting to be like this far ahead at this part.
So Liam, hang on though. Would we be that close to them?
Yeah. So basically, well, no, sorry, there would still be, yeah, because that's how far you were.
No, we weren't. So
we
you're saying
I see what you're saying.
they had slack on the rope, and then we've all
we
moved forward, haven't we?
I'm going to say then that's the collision before you, or would have been the collision. That's almost the length of rope that was there.
Okay.
Yeah, it was about 90 feet.
So it's almost like as you two were swerving, that was, in which case, okay, as they pull forwards, it's almost the rope pulling tight that swerved you into the vehicle and not required the correction. Thank you for reminding me that.
It'll only be on Eleni's turn when she hits.
When I do my
when
pull
they reel in.
Yeah.
No, good looking at. So, on the Azure Flyer, you see that they also now, Chris, if you can do 150 forwards from them, just go into full.
Which one's the Azure Flyer? Is it top
one? Blue.
Yeah. They just burst into full forwards.
There you go.
And as they get to that position, the back area that was shielding Tabitha releases. And yeah, they're going to. They think we can make it in this distance. You see that they point down to just behind, almost actually, they flick an item out and cast onto the item a darkness orb that is only going to cover them for the briefest of moments, but will cover them as obviously other people are closing in for attacks. So they essentially, there's a 20-foot, and we don't need to draw it because they're going to be gone from it within a moment. But a quick ball of darkness appears surrounding the Azure Flyer vehicle. As we come to Eleni.
So I am going to use my reaction first to reel us in.
Okay, yeah. So when you're reeling in, it pulls you in while attached and resisting. Normally, it's just zipped in. It goes forward 30. So you can move yourself without using movement. And I will just pop you forwards.
Oh, I've got hold of it. Hang on.
So
are you moving you or am I? Go on then.
No, go on.
Cool. No, you've done it.
50,
you do
20,
it.
25, 30.
Right.
Obviously, you're not like you don't hit because you've already corrected for the swerve.
Yeah. So the rope is now 60 feet.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So I've only reeled in 30.
Yes, just because it wouldn't be an immediate while there's tension on the other side.
That is cool. So then, okay. I'm gonna leave it attached though.
Yep.
But that now means I get my action. doesn't it?
Yeah, buddy.
So what can I do? Okay, I am going to. Oh, am I imagining this, Liam, or did I cast ensnaring strike last time
You did,
and not hit?
and you missed. Yes.
So I've still got it running.
Yeah, still running.
So in that case, I am first of all going to shoot at that bleepity bleep bugbear.
Okay. Nice.
Because I'm not very impressed with him at all. So yeah, I'm going to shoot him first.
It's this one on the back of this one.
Yeah, the guy that's just sweeped with his pole
Yeah.
arm. Yeah.
Yep.
So that's a 24 to hit.
Oof, definitely hits.
And
I'll do the strength save. Any other effects that
yeah,
I need
so
to be
I
aware
do.
of?
Hang on, I need a D6 as well, don't I, for the fire damage?
Yeah.
Oh, only one. And then
So they got a 15 on the strength save for against ensnaring strike.
okay, and it's a 15 save DC.
Okay, so you see, as it starts to like sweep over them, they just grab the arrow and rip it out from their chest, tossing it to the side for 10 points of damage.
Okay, so oh, and
It's all top-
they only take damage while they're restrained, so he doesn't take any damage from the vines. That's okay.
Any other effects that or a second shot or anything like that?
Yeah,
that you are planning
I've
to
got
do?
a second shot, so I'm just trying to think what I want to do.
And you still have your bonus if you want to do anything with it because it's a reaction to pulling.
Yeah, so I'm trying not to use all my spells in one go, though. That's the thing.
No, for sure.
So, you know how I've got my pitch and my fire arrows? Does that add to the fire damage on top of, or does it negate the fire damage from the car?
Adds to on top of, and what you will find out is the second you put it into the bow, Dante's magic lights the arrow.
Wonderful. In which case, I'm going to shoot at the driver of the guys next to us and behind.
The slate crawler. Yep.
With a fire arrow.
Okay. Take your second shot.
25.
Oof, good shot again. I said 2, lighting up the second, and so it's going to be an additional D4 on top of the D6.
Okay, a D6 plus a D4. So that's another 5. So that's 12 altogether.
Okay. And notice, and obviously the point of these is that as it sinks in, it's the shaft that is now aflame, and he's like, "Oh shit!" As he is trying not to be lit on fire. Sorry, 12 points was that?
Yeah, so it was 7 piercing,
Yeah,
5 fire.
Yeah, no worries.
Excellent.
Oh,
And I think that's
okay.
me.
The
Okay.
fire arrows, just say engineered wise, can they cause people to
So classic fire arrow is ball of stuff on the end, and that cannot do damage. This is a arrow with the shaft wrapped in.
I've literally wrapped the shaft in pitch and then
the
setting
metal
it on
bit
fire.
still goes in.
Oh,
This is on fire.
Oh, sweet. Okay.
Because again, the point of these is more to go into the engine and catch something on fire. Like you want to pierce the armor and then get bits of pitch and tar dripping into the inside, essentially.
Sweet.
But yeah, sorry. So
Cool.
anything else from
No,
anyone?
I think that's everything. That's reaction, bonus, and action.
Movement to do a little dance.
Yeah, I'll just jig.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. As we come to the Dragon's Fire, can you draw me a 90 forwards? Oh no, sorry, Chris. Can you draw me a 135 forwards?
From
As they
From
from
the
the
tank.
dragon from the tank. 135. As they triple move, realizing that they are being left behind, they 45, 45, 45, and bursts forward, sliding the tank. And as they're going, don't know exactly who.
Oh, dear.
they begin like again. You hear the aim, and it be turning a bit faster this time. It almost turns to a full reverse and aims at the trident that had previously put quite a large dent and serious damage on their vehicle. What you'll remember from the explanation with Thaddeus is armor on these things is like it resists up to a point, but if you breach that, all of that damage goes through. So when they do take damage, it's big hits. They turn around and yes, unfortunately, Chris, on the inside, one guy fired last round, but the guy had loaded the previous turn, so was therefore free to reload again. This turn, however, they have aimed and fired. So do you get what I mean? It's staggered in how it plays out. But and Dante, you would pick this up as you see them and firing another one of these crazily large shells in the direction of the trident.
If I'm completely honest, guys, I'm more concerned with the tank than I am. Yeah, I'm more concerned with the tank than I'm any other thing here.
Yeah.
And with a 16 to hit, you see, let's have Beecham. Can you roll me a D6, please?
3.
Okay. Oh, their aim was true as you see the middle section of the trident is just obliterated as this piercing shell almost hits it dead on front, and you see the metal crumple and twist away. You notice left and right guys, as a reaction, pull down and pull something. And as middle guy in a Volu, can you roll me a D100, please? As the engine of the middle vehicle explodes in a fiery ball and cascades behind them, they split off, and each of them, gaining their own flames, begin continuing to move forwards.
That's cheating. 3 cars in
We
one.
were going to ride an elk.
Yeah, as
You've
long as
only got one car.
So did they till it was shot in the middle. As that happens, we come to Volu. Again, roars from the crowd. And again, you would know that this is kind of why this bit was open and stretched out and why everything else is so much thinner. This was to be the spectacle, right? They don't get to see a lot of the other stuff.
Is it safe to assume that the driver and the engine are right next to each other in the vehicle? What vehicle's behind us? The
Slate Crawler.
Slate
Crawler.
Give me a perception as you're looking it over, because the driver is sat like on the front section of this one.
7.
I will say you can't tell where, but you can tell it's not in the front.
Do you know what? I'm just going to double down on helping people. So I'm going to lean over to
make sure it's not concentration spell. Just to remind you.
Yeah.
No, it's guidance cantrip.
No, it's concentration.
It's still concentration.
That's in the duration bit.
Yes, thank you.
No, so good.
That's where I was getting the minute from, because I was looking that
Yeah.
up. Oh, sorry, I'll just attack then.
Okay, so you can see the Slate Caller driver still has a flaming arrow sticking out of the shoulder. There is also the polearm guy that is ripping an arrow out of his chest at the minute.
Yeah, so I've got the crossbow ready. I'm going to aim at the driver for the flaming arrow.
Okay.
Well, where is my crossbow? Where is it? Oh, no, that was the damage. Sorry. Do I get rerolls on all nat ones or?
Yeah.
Yep.
As long as it, but if it nat ones again, you take it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. What is it now? What is my thing again? Was it?
It's just any ranged attack, so it'll be
Proficiency
plus dex. So if you're looking at in your attacks,
That's I was after proficiency plus dex. 14.
Okay, 14 just hits as a roll your damage as the bolt into the driver. Is this?
Yes.
Okay.
So it's five. And then I get a D6 as well.
You get a
Don't I?
D6 extra fire.
Yeah.
Poor guy's just been burnt alive.
Another 4.
Oh, okay.
So 9 total.
Yeah, he is not looking healthy as he's just pulling this one out. There's like,
just remember, guys, these aren't actually bad people necessarily.
No, I know. We shouldn't be laughing.
This is a death race.
I was going to say we are all in a death race. You know, like
they would kill us.
They could be doing this to us. That wouldn't make them bad people. Just means that they're racers.
I'm just throwing it out there so everybody can feel guilty.
Asbolu fires the crossbow.
I'm not going there.
Asbolu fires out the crossbow. He lets out a little giddy giggle. He's enjoying this a bit more than he should.
Anything for your bonus, Foley?
I'll just prep another arrow.
Okay, no worries. After which,
This is where we thought Dante's like Efreet was going to be the big bad enemy. Now it's going to be Volu.
You should never trust the small creatured clerics.
Did you not see? I almost took Dante out myself. So
I also forgot the tank did shift forward 10 foot when it fired backwards.
Okay.
The 2 will dawn. Can I get 150 forwards from the top green one, please, Chris?
Oh, yes, you may. How long? 150.
150. They're going to probably cut in there. Well, they don't get to, so they'll just again close in. They're going to come to just 10 foot back and cut in 10 foot because they're not going to enter the dark sphere. Oh, that's too far over. No, that right?
Yeah, that's better.
Okay. And you would see the person with the crossbow on the back does again. So they seem to load in a bolt that seems to have like a large blackened end on it, and they like aim it up towards the large tank like thing and fire. And just as previously, the bolt that leaves doubles in size as it is flying out towards the tank. And okay, with an 18, there is almost like a very large explosion as this basically like detonator arrow was increased in size to ballista size and punched into the side of the tank. Okay, and again, a heavy amount of damage. As you can see, the tank is smoking now from that one side that has taken a predominant good bit of damage. As that happens, frustratingly for the right-hand driver of the Trident, he's already used his turn to do other things. The left-hand driver engages their own engine. As previously you saw, each of them could produce their own flame and was supported by its own Zikar. So can I... let me roll first. They burst forwards and they are going to try and like zip in between the Dragonfire and the 2 Dawn. So Chris, if I can get 150 forwards going up through this gap from this guy, up through this gap, we'll see if he makes it. He'll straighten out from that gap, so he'll go to there and then straight. Okay, and with a nat 20, that was nice. Even as the middle vehicle and explodes, their side vehicle hits the ground and starts bursting forwards in a run of speed, clearing out the two, in between the two. And last but not least, the Wayfinder still preceded by a cloud of dirt. If I can get 150 forwards from these, Chris. Okay, they're going to pull up, and in the last 5, pull to the left. So they don't ram, but they do match up to just behind you. And as they do... Oh, okay, interesting. Yeah. I like that, actually. You see that the person on the back of the Wayfinder stands up, and they produce like what looks to be like a modified instrument, and they like pluck across the chords. And as they do, let me check. We can just do this. So it needs to be... Okay, yeah, so they can't get to the others, but they pluck against the instrument, and over the top of your vehicle, you suddenly start to see, like, for Dante and the others in the vehicle, it just starts to get shadowy over you. And as you look up, almost weaving and materializing in the air is a large, heavy tarp. And as it finishes being created, it just down on top of your vehicle. Currently, you're half speed if you're trying to move anywhere. So obviously not really affected in that sense, but not the vehicle, you. So if you're trying to climb out from under the tarp, it's half speed. And you cannot see as this big, thick tarp descends on the vehicle. Go on, Ichi.
Is that like physical tarp?
Yes, a Bard of Creation. They are able to create physical mundane
What
objects.
about the fact that our whole vehicle is on fire?
That will burn through, but it is a...
I'm more worried about us.
Yeah.
So technically...
They're almost trying to put you out. They're trying to, like, put you out with, like, a...
I wouldn't
fire
burn
blanket
through unless technically it's like when my weapon goes on fire, I'm not burnt by it.
You're not. We are.
Well,
no,
we're not. We're fine.
You wouldn't be burnt by the vehicle fire, and I don't know. I don't think you will be burnt by the other.
Like
if
the tarp catches on fire, then suddenly it becomes just regular fire, and we're
for now, a thick, heavy tarp descends over the vehicle. Dante, you feel the weight of it sort of pull down. This is a heavy, almost like outdoor camping tarp. As we get back to the top of the round, little Kimmy on the flamethrower doesn't seem to have anybody in range, but giddily preps up and begins to aim it towards the tank, and sort of shouts like, get me closer, as they're rushing along as we come to Dante. Right now you are blind. You know that you're attached by the tether, and you can still feel that tether giving you force forwards. Obviously holding straight will be fine. And you obviously can attempt to get the tarp off you in any way that you can think of.
Okay, so I want to just... How much space do I have?
Each, obviously, you are up next.
Question. Ramming with the car. Does that just include...
It's an action to attack, basically. So that's where when they've moved 150, they haven't been able to ram because they use their action to move as well.
Yeah. So I mean that
you could move and ram.
But I wouldn't be able... Can I...
Could you not move 90 because it's happening simultaneously?
Yeah, you could move past them, couldn't you?
Because he's technically not moving past them.
When they move, they're going to hold the 45 foot. It depends. If you only go in and ram, they're then going to...
And by the way, I thought we were supposed to be 60 feet between us and them.
There's 60 between you. Yeah,
but then you pulled us closer.
No, we were 90, and then I pulled
and you
closer,
reeled in 60, but it's 60 from you, I believe, rather than 60 from Dante.
Oh, okay. So
he was measuring from him to the back of the car. You hit into the car,
Yeah.
So
there is 60 foot of rope to play with, but yes, you could go past.
is there? I know I could go past, but I'm not sure. So like if that will benefit us or not. How much? I'm going to.
I mean, there's not a huge amount until we get to where it narrows. So if we're going to move, we probably need to come more into the middle.
Yeah.
Start to line up for that, don't we?
Yeah. So I mean, so that's why I said that is. But I'm just thinking about this tarp on us because I can't see.
But you could see before the tarp hits. You know,
Yeah,
there's only one person in front of us right now.
Yeah. But so yeah. Okay.
You
then
can only go straight, really, if we're not gonna.
Well, he can attempt anything he likes. It's just penalties for being blind.
So I want to just I want to go straight, but I am going to try to hit the rear. Where do we know where their engine was?
Their engine is at the front.
Yeah.
Desert Hopper's at the back. Sandstorm's at the front.
Okay. Yeah. So, I mean, yeah. But then in that case, I'm going to do the back because I don't want them to get too close to our thing. So, can I do like a driver's check to?
So I'm going to say the driving forwards is easy. You just basically put your foot down, keep going. What I will say for the attack is it will normally be disadvantage for blind, but being tethered to them, you're essentially following that line. So I'm going to basically say it's a flat roll for the attack roll, and it's a roll +6.
And as I'm going to be ramming, so fire's going to be up. Does that burn up the tarp at all?
So you would see the tarp is starting to burn, but it's not quick. They made it thick and heavy because you are already on fire right there. This is like they're trying to douse you in a fire blanket rather than just blind you. And you won't know yet, but you do. So yeah, so you drop pulse forwards.
In these pits, I haven't got how much it is to ram.
So it's a roll +6,
Plus
and it's 2d6 damage.
Plus my d6 of fire.
Yes. But in this situation, no, because the blanket. No, screw it. I'm just going to say go through. I was going to say the blanket protects them from it, but the blanket.
Natural 20!
Nice. Very good.
Nice.
Do you want to get the crit table? I'll see if I can apply it. Do your damage for now.
Okay, damage. So for the first 2d6.
I did forget earlier.
So, good start. So that's 11 points. So that's double to 22.
Oh, nice.
And then the fire damage is another 5. So that's double to 10. So have 32 points of damage.
Okay.
And then a crit table with the number of 78, which is a thing.
There's a thing.
Are we using my crit table or your crit table?
Yeah, your crit table.
Right, hang on.
They're all a thing on.
Yeah.
Oh. I quite like calling that's a thing.
They're all a thing on mine. I just need to find the bloody thing. Right, hang on. I don't think we've used it in a while.
Haven't had any kind of combat.
Nope. Sorry, it's just opening now. So what was it? 70?
8.
78.
I think it was, yeah. I'll pick that up now.
Okay. Yeah. And so right, hang on, that doesn't make sense. Let me read that again. So basically, whatever weapon they have is going to get stuck. Somehow
okay,
it's
so in
jam.
this situation doesn't apply because they don't have any weapons.
This
was just was pure. But however, what I'm going to say, so you smash into the back of the vehicle and it all crumples inwards, shortening the back of the vehicle a good chunk. Their car is wobbling and sputtering, but just about still moving. Anything else with the bonus from Dante?
Oh, can I? So, how many people are on the? Is this the hopper or the?
This one's the Sandstorm, and this is one person, and they're in the drive. They're in the cockpit star seat.
Can I see them at all?
Not under the blanket, no.
Oh yeah, of course not.
We are blind.
Anything?
Can I do anything with my telekinesis to try to help start getting this thing
I'll
off?
say, give me an intelligence check to see how much you can move with a quick.
12.
Okay, so I'm going to say that you start to flap it up, and you're almost like it's flapping up and out of your face, and occasionally it's down, but you are moving it and sort of shuffling it backwards. You've begun the process at least. Okay, after which, EG.
I think I'm going to spend my action trying to pull this tarp back and off. Like from where I am, definitely pulling it like that so that it comes off of Dante and goes backwards, so it might get caught on someone else behind us.
Okay, so give me a athletics, please.
Dirty 20.
Okay, yeah. I'll say that you chuck it off and back, and it does sort of furl out for a second, but only really for 10, 15 feet before it falls to the floor. There's no one close enough really to be. It's now a mass, so if somebody drives over it, it might affect.
Yep. Get caught up in their like engines, maybe. Who knows?
Yeah. Anything with the bonus?
No, not really. Can I move myself? Bearing in mind like where our position is now that we're somehow in second. I didn't think we'd be in
the
second
slowest
this
car
early
on the track, yeah.
I'm gonna step like 5 feet closer to basically into more of like the middle of the car, middle of the back.
Mm-hmm.
Just because I have interceptor. So if someone tries to target Eleni or Volu, I can try and throw my shield in the way.
Okay, yeah, easily done.
And with that, I am also, for my free item interaction, going to bring out my shield, kind of like put the bow down and bring the shield out as I've already used my action. So I'm in more of a protection mode at the moment.
Okay. As you end your turn there, feel free to move. Are you able to?
I can't move myself.
No, you're all grouped. So we'll leave it as it is. Just
I'm
grouped them for easy movement.
Closer.
But yeah. So as that happens, the Trident member that's further at the back begins to burst forwards, pulling a triple move to close up the distance, closing in on their friend. You definitely see a twitch in the eye of Kimmy, nearly pulling that trigger as they pass, but they seem to be waiting for something juicier than burning up this single rider. As the slate crawler also begins to move, they swerve to the right to avoid the pile because their Zikar crystals are top left, bottom left. That side, and with an 18 managed to pull out round and then up and onwards, but they seem like they're just barreling almost directly towards the hole now, like they're just full sprint towards the
hey, but look for that trajectory of cutting in. That's going to be good. They're going to hit the ramp.
After which it is
Do you say they always have to their DCs get harder if they're constantly boosting all the time?
Yes, but they are not. They're making. That's why it has to make a. It's not that it continuously gets harder. It's that while they're doing that, every degree of turn is harder.
Oh, okay.
So them just coming like out 10 foot in 10 foot sort of thing. An 18 would suffice for that sort of thing. If they wanted to full cut in 50 foot and do like a cutting off maneuver, that then gets much harder if they're full boosting. After them, so you can see the polearm guy again sets up and prepares, and prepares to attack, but isn't able to do anything from this distance. Okay, yes, definitely. I think seeing that you guys are busting ahead now, they are going to so thank you. but you see the desert hopper just goes into full forwards gear, dust flying back as they're trying to catch up and close the distance. You would see that Barter climbs up and sort of loads a ballista bolt in that sort of, it's almost like a green tingy in a glass bottle at the end of the ballista, and then the orc is going to fire it. Now this is okay, so you would see they shoot. Initially, it kind of looks like they're shooting towards your vehicle, but it goes over the top of you, and it's aiming towards the rope, the chain that is affixed. However, missing off to the side, you see it smashes and a sizzle of what looks to be some sort of acid on the ground, harmlessly passing you by. As we then come to the sandstorm. So previously we had 60. So they go forward the 60. Can you measure me 60 from Lenny? Sorry.
Yeah, hang on.
Right.
Hey, Lenny, so
Thank
that's
you.
60 there.
Okay. That basically eats one movement. They then are going to 50 forwards with you guys. And they are closing to middle. They less because they know anything, more just because they want to own the road and full speed it. So they 50 forwards, and then 50 forwards again, which I think closes them through.
No.
Just leaves them just before.
Okay, so what I'm going to say is, as they hit there, it's going to be a slightly less roll. It's not a full, like, they're not the whole vehicle kicks, but as that small raise closes close to the edge of their Zikar, you do see the edge of their vehicle pop a little bit, as with a natural 19 they pull it back into focus and continue forwards. We then get to the Azure Flyer.
As that's going, Dante's just going to see that. Just be like, E.G., where about are these holes?
Well, Dante can maybe see, but the rest of us still can't, can we? Because we've still got the top.
No, so
Top's not-
Dante through
fully-
Dante through the top.
Oh,
He got
completely through it, right?
Yeah,
Okay,
Because Dante had started it with his telekinesis, and then each
that's
managed
fine.
to get
I
the
thought
rest
you
of
were
the way
saying you
off.
wanted to do that, but I didn't know if you'd got it all the way off. Sorry.
No, that's all good. So you guys, and I would say you can't see these raises from this angle. Ichi did a good job of making sure it just gradually dips up and almost looks like a natural rise.
When we did the tour, I actively pointed out
You will have
where the lips were, so you do know where the ramps are.
And I'd say that little bump would give you the impression that it's like just to the right of wherever they just went through. So just down of wherever they went through. As we then get to the Azure Flyer. So the Azure Flyer is going to jump forward. Maybe I'll knock off something. They're going to bust forwards. You see, as they just again full flatlining it now, people sort of realizing that the sandstorm and whoever is attached to the sandstorm are sort of pulling ahead of the race while they all fight at the back. They just sort of burst into full motion. You see, as they emerge, Tabitha is going to as the seat once again raises into the air. From yeah, I think that that would suffice. You see again, the seat raises up once more. They like clap their hands together. I'd say as it rises up, and you guys are so close, you can see Tabitha's like heavy breathing, bleeding quite a lot. Like the hits they've taken were quite sufficient, and they like put their hands together. And you see like the energy, whereas previously they just sort of threw this fireball, the energy just begins to amass in their hands before they release. definitely higher level as it's into the center of the four, the two riders from the Trident, the tank, and the Wayfinders. As they all need to deck save. Oh, okay. So you notice that the two Trident members, one just about dodges, almost leaning entirely left. One got a nat 20, and I'm going to say that's the one on the furthest edge that was almost out of it. They actually halt a break and pop, just like almost cut in and bringing themselves just out to the edges. The tank, Jesus, the tank nat 20 as well. I mean, saving it for not being the tank shooting you, I'm a shame, but yeah.
No, I'd say that's not a shame.
And this is for half damage. None of them have evasion, right? Like it's not. And the Wayfinder's got it too.
So who was the tank just shot at?
No, so the tank didn't shoot. I was saying it's a shame the nat 20 wasn't on the shot.
It was on the driver maneuver.
Yeah.
So. Okay, so can Eleni roll me a d100, please, as the fire expands outwards, engulfing the different members and the different riders.
Straight down the middle.
Straight down.
Okay.
Is the tank shooting? Is who shooting what?
Sorry, so also can Dante and Ichi roll me a d100 as well.
No.
59.
That was so heartbreaking. That sounded so genuine. Oh,
59.
3.
Okay. So, and I'm gonna say it's the one on the nat 20 because that's the one that makes the most sense. So the Wayfinder out of the explosion sputters. It is limping. If a vehicle could have a limp, it is doing it, but it is not exploded and it is still continuing on. There is a second explosion as the front rider from the Trident's vehicle explodes, not from the actual damage destroying them, but a bit of flame must have got into one of the gunpowder chambers and ignited as the whole front of their engine just explodes in a ball of fire. The last member of the Tridents just holding on, managing with that nat 20, still taking some damage, but their engine seeming to hold up. And the tank, again, the fire just washes over them. You would gather from seeing that the tank naturally has some level of resistance. That it's, as well as it doing well on its protect, it almost, the way that nat 20'd is that it turned the armor to be more to the side of the fire. So they almost twisted on the spot to protect any of the holes and previous damage and let the fire wash over the still strong armor. And they are still up and moving. As we come to Eleni.
Okay, can I check something?
Yes.
If I'm doing this reeling as a reaction, can I do that at any time or do I have to do it on my turn?
Anytime. As long as basically you have to have had your turn to have a reaction still. So the reason I haven't been offering it at other times is because it doesn't refresh. But if you don't use it on your turn, you've got until the start of your next turn to use a reaction at any point.
Because I didn't use my reaction this last time. Oh no, I did.
Well, you reeled in.
I used my reaction to reel in. Okay.
But then, so now we're back to you. So if you don't use it on your turn,
I can use
you've
it
now
any
got
time
it.
until I
Yeah.
Yes,
it is.
And is it a reaction as well to detach the grapple?
Yes. But you can also do that as a bonus action, I believe. Anybody can do it as a bonus action, but
I knew there was something more to it.
The user can do it as a reaction. Anybody on the vehicle can just reach over as a bonus action and attempt to disconnect it.
Okay. So hang on a minute.
We've got Dragonfire then Boulder up next.
Yeah, we're gonna move before Sandstorm does, aren't we? We always move before we move up to them and then they move. Okay. I'm not gonna pull us in closer then for now. I'm gonna save my reaction.
Okay.
But I am the guy on the thing next to us that's driving.
Yep.
Is he just sat on top of something? Is he in a dip?
So,
Is he like in a
the
bucket or-
driver's on a rail. It's more like a carriage seat, but he
Right.
is strapped in. You would notice, however, the two at the back don't have rail. They're like holding on.
Right.
The only the driver's like he's on a carriage seat that's raised up,
Okay.
but he is strapped onto the thing. The others seem to be more moving.
So the bugbear's got the big long pole arm. What's the other guy doing?
The other guy, he seems to be actually looking over the vehicle from what you can see.
Okay. And obviously we've got Tabitha over the other side. Is she visible now again? She stopped hiding yet?
Tabit, yeah, it retreats back down to normal size, but it doesn't shell over.
I'm gonna go after the bugbear again.
Okay.
First shot. And I know I'm doing shitloads of damage, but can I just be clear that I'm not aiming to kill here?
So with a melee attack, you can decide that.
With
With
a ranged, I
spells and
can't.
range, you cannot, unfortunately.
Damn. Okay. In which case,
Hence why they have they're not saying, oh, you're murdering people, because you actually don't get to choose.
no.
You fire the arrow and it hits where it hits, and if that is a vital shot, that's why they've got clerics on hand, right? Like,
Yeah.
all of this is very hard to control.
No, it's fine. So I will just shoot at the bugbear then. 10.
The first arrows as he dodges to the side.
And again, 17.
17 hits as the arrow pierces into his shoulder with a grunt.
So there's my normal damage, 6. I get
Extra fire damage.
D4 for the normal fire damage, D6 for the extra fire damage from the car.
If you're using a fire arrow still, yeah.
Yeah, all of my arrows are all pitched up. And you said they're now automatically setting on fire.
Yeah. They're just lighting because your bow is causing them to alight.
That's an extra 8 fire damage.
Oof,
Is he still up?
He is just holding on.
Then I would like to send my swarm out, and I want to push him 15 feet off the car.
Okay, is there any save or is
there is a strength save.
Okay, so
just said no.
Yeah.
No, they just knock him off. It's fine.
They only roll a 4 for a total of a 7. So you see the arrow strikes into them into the shoulder, almost knocking them a little bit off balance. And as that happens, the swarm just literally like force themselves over him, lifting him off the back of the car. And almost a little bit like some of the 15 foot is that the car's going forwards and they're like, almost taking him stationary and backwards as he is just tossed from the back of the vehicle, 15 foot, and lands with a in the side like a. I'm gonna say, roll an additional 2d4 for the. You are going a decent speed right now.
Oh, wow. Double 4 for an 8.
And as he landed, like, where they land and they're upside down folding backwards, like legs overhead, and there's a into the sand.
No.
He does not get up from that fall.
Okay.
Again, there's a from the crowd in the background. As again, this last thing that they're getting to see before they disappear into the crevasse.
Death.
We all slowly turn our heads to Volu, who's chanting this. And
It's like,
Yeah.
bad.
And then Liam,
Oh.
I do want to cast. I want to cast ensnaring strike, just at first level, just so that it's on for the next time I hit
Next turn.
something.
Yeah, perfect. Make a
That's
note
my
of that maybe
bonus.
somewhere, or maybe give yourself a little green
I'll
dot
write
or
it
something.
down. Yeah, I've got it.
Okay, so on to Dragonfire. Dragonfire, again, following everybody's now desperation to actually make it to. Oh, that's gonna do that anyway, but let's.
Oh, that's cool.
135. Put the marker there for
You need me to do it.
You can do it if you want.
So what was it? Tank.
100,
No, no,
135.
A little bit out there.
And again, you hear the call of a reload and aim as the turns. You notice it turns and aims it's aiming towards the sandstorm, but it's also almost like just in their direction, and you get the feeling they don't really care whether they hit that or the wall behind it. It's just generally they're going to blow up that section of rock.
So for our purposes, just
So they are aiming like this way through them.
so essentially their cannon is perpendicular to it was.
Almost. It's sort of at an angle. It would be sort of turned. You would almost be able to see the barrel of it from your angle.
Be able to see down the barrel.
Not down, but you can
No.
see the barrel.
I'd be worried if we could see down the barrel. That means they're
Yeah.
pointing at
Yeah.
us.
They're going across us.
Yeah, no, it's like literally, and where
No.
it is, obviously, it's not quite as that lot. So it maybe sticks out like this far. So from Aileni and Volu's view, you guys can see it's like you can see the
You can
tip
see
of the
where
barrel
it's
and,
pointing. Yeah.
yeah, for sure. As we then come to Volu.
So I was asking that because if I could see down the barrel, I was going to try and fire something down it. See if
Ooh, that would be cool.
You could still give it a whirl. What are you going for? Is it something where you need to? Because what were you thinking?
I was either thinking with the flaming crossbow or sacred flame, just sending some fire down there to try and ignite it.
Sacred Flame won't do that.
Yeah, so Sacred Flame.
Thank you. So that's why I thought I'd do it with the crossbow instead. And
yeah. So the crossbow, I would say can't get down there. I was gonna say like with a fire spell, I'd allow like a disadvantaged.
is there
I would say though, as they're closing in, there is damage in their armor, right? And we've not used this mechanic with you as a new player before, but if you're aiming for, I don't know actually if I use it that often, but I like it. So if you want to aim for a specific part or a specific spot, I usually do you roll twice to hit. If you hit the first time and miss the second time, you just generally hit it and don't hit the one spot you're aiming for. But there are some cracks in the armor as well as the slit that they look out of that you could. That is essentially what happened earlier when they tried to throw the smoke bomb at the slit and hit the tank gun instead. They hit with the first roll but failed with the second. So if you want to go for trying to get something in through the porthole or something in through one of the already damaged sections of armor.
That or I can just try and take out the driver of the other side.
He does look very injured on that side. He's just got the two arrows, two flaming arrows out of him.
Sorry, yeah, let's try and take him out. I'm actually gonna do Toll the Dead. Oh.
Okay, it's wisdom save, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, and a 2 for a total of 5, which definitely fails as he doesn't see it coming as what does it? Is
Because
it a classic bell, or is it a noise that you remember from the Feywild that scared you, or like is it what is it that the hearers that you told the dead?
It's actually, it triggers something in me because the noise is something I've heard in my visions, especially when I saw Dante. In that first vision I had where he was holding his hand out in the woods, I almost heard that chime, almost enticing me to take his hand. And it's as the chime bells, it does 2d12.
Nice.
Oh, I thought it was 1D. Jeez.
Wow.
No, at a higher level.
Ooh.
And as that ring echoes out, the driver just and coughs up blood as they're looking down and slump in the seat. Can Volu, as you have done the finishing blow, roll me a d100. Under 20 is interesting.
18.
Okay, nice. So where they slump, they're strapped into their seat and their foot is down.
Oh, shit.
The vehicle is going to continue forwards with no driver as it currently stands.
Oops.
Death!
Do any of us
And-
notice that at all? Or
Well, you would see the guy go down and you notice the vehicle doesn't like veer. You would have expected as like almost even just the like, and then there will be some tilt and turn, but I'd say that yeah, I'll say that you guys notice. You notice that it doesn't slow down. It's keeping pace with you, even though the driver is slumped in the front seat.
And so
anything
you
else,
said
Oliver?
could I bonus action to reel in?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you can reach over and reel it in if you want to.
reel it in, yeah, not disconnect.
Not disconnect, no.
Can do if you want.
Do I go the full 30 feet? Or we just get, I don't need to get too close.
The reason I didn't is because of those ramps.
And then yeah,
But
that's
will that not kind of like pull us
And
in on the line?
you can choose. It's up to 30. You don't have to go 30.
at the end of it. Just
I wanted to give
well,
Dante enough room to maneuver into the
balls
middle.
to the wall, mate. Do it all.
That's why I didn't reel us in last time.
Could you go like 20 feet there?
So pull aim from A Lenny and aim to the and then aim like sort of as if you're going like that. That's perfect. Yeah.
Is that
That was
what do you think?
15.
Was that 15? I think
Yeah.
I wasn't sure if
So it's,
there you go.
it's if Dante
Yeah.
thinks he's got the maneuverability to get.
Well, I'll say it in this moment.
you
It's
can
kind of
holler.
up to Volu.
And actually, they're gonna. Oh no, so Dante goes before they do, doesn't he? So that's all right.
That
Yeah,
Dante's
so
next.
I'm gonna say Volu reaches over.
Yeah.
Eleni's maybe like wait, and the hand's
Yeah.
already on it as they reel it in a little bit before letting go.
Yeah.
Okay, as we then come to the Tuil Dawn group who are trying to catch up. So they're going to come forward there. Okay, so you notice that the Tuil Dawn pulse forwards almost on the like go from Kimmy, who is ready and prepped. They pull up to almost scraping up the side of the tank as Kimmy presses the flamethrower to one of the damaged open areas and just into the inside. So the inside are disadvantaged deck saving.
Oh, wow.
And can let's have Lenny roll me the D100.
He's a maniac.
Yeah, he is.
9.
And especially so, and actually, you would see from the person who's been shooting the ballista that like increases the size of stuff, sees what they're doing, and then goes, "We're too close, you fucking!" And then the tank, full explosion. Any remnants of what happened inside as bits of rubble and dust and other things are thrown in all directions. The Volu, can you also roll me a d100 as you see the ball of fire that emanates from the tank's engine exploding coats over the Tuil Dawn's own vehicle.
69.
Okay, so while they take the
Nice.
damage,
Thank you.
while they definitely seem to take a large chunk of damage as they emerge, you can see shrapnel pieces of the tank's armor cutting through their own vehicle, smoke and bits of stuff emanating off them. They are limping as a vehicle should, but just intact. As the the person using the magic crossbow is sort of like, fucking idiot. Before pulling up, aiming at Tabitha in the front, and again, when they aim, they are not aiming at people as such, because they, as you know, as the bolt leaves, it increases to ballista size. They are more aiming at the vehicle itself. As unfortunately, only with a 12, you see the driver again, the very skilled driver that seems to be coming from Moonshadow, or the fake Moonshadow Jr., who cuts under the last second as the ballista just digs hard into the ground. The other Trident guy is exploded, and the Wayfinder, stuttering and struggling at the very back, just about still moving and somehow not exploded, is gonna pulse forwards once more to try and keep up with the group. They're not gonna fully contact you because of the fire. And the guy in the back, you see that they stand up, and once again they strike down on their instrument and shout out break, and it echoes outwards from them, and they are targeting Estri in front of you.
Oh, command.
Oh,
Command.
shit.
Okay. And you, as that echoes out from them, covering over the crowd, that is where we are going to leave this week's session. You'll find out whether that command took hold, and whether the lead currently, Sandstorm, are going to take a hard press on that break.
Oh, wait,
just
well, they're the
gonna
ones
say,
in the cave.
I have got my reaction. Just saying, in case.
You do still have your reaction.
See, guys, I had a plan.
Thank you very much for joining. As always, thank you very much for playing. If you're enjoying the adventure and the Doomhakre so far, hit the like, subscribe, and notification bell so you know when the videos are coming out. And as always, roll well. Bye.